All right, we're back. Sunday afternoon, 12:34. Just got my kid down for his nap. We are firmly in the camp ended. School hasn't begun yet. Portion of the summer. It's a beautiful time. But that being said, um, finally I'm awake for the show. Nice job. So I have a couple topics I want to get into really quick. Games are already underway. There were some noon games today. And I try to get everything, always get the show going before noon, but sometimes this is what happens. So let's just hop right over it. We'll get right into the standings, and we can go from there. Blue Jays 5 up on the Red Sox, who have now won the first three versus the Yankees, so the Yankees are a little bit behind them. Detroit, is my coffee ready yet? Nope, still brewing. Detroit, 11.5 up on the Royals, so that division's put to bed. Detroit finally put their foot down. Houston now 3 up. They've won 3 in a row. They got some mojo. I think Correa added some mojo back to that team. So they are 3 up on Seattle. We'll see how that progresses. In the AL West, in the NL East, Phillies win, Mets win, so still a 6-game lead for Philly. Milwaukee loses and the Cubs win, so that's down to 6. So similar situation. If you think the Mets are in it, you got to think the Cubs are still in it. I don't know if either team is still in this division race. Pretty tight. Pretty hard to expect somebody to come back from 6, but you never know. Padres now have won 5 in a row, and they won the first 2 of the series versus the Dodgers, and now they have the 1-game lead on the Dodgers. So this has gone back and forth. Both teams have won every game at home over the past 2 weekends. That's kind of where we're sitting. Padres are the team we're going to jump to first because they had an awesome pitching performance last night. In general, they've been the best pitching team in the big leagues by some metrics. Wild card. Royals now are the team chasing the Mariners 3 back, Guardians 4 back, Rangers 4.5. In the National League, Cincinnati's going through picked a bad time, I guess, to have a poor showing in Arizona. They are 2.5 back of the Mets. Arizona 5.5 back. All right, so we're going to go ahead and watch Nasty Nestor pitch and some of these Padres, but I want to point something out really quick. This is the StatCast pitcher leaderboard for the season, sorted by WOBA. And the number 1 team is the San Diego Padres with a 290 team WOBA, 238 expected batting average. So they're doing everything really well. Let's see where they land in overall strikeouts. They are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th in strikeouts. They are first in opposing batting average, second in opposing on base percentage. In slugging, they are first in slugging. So they're really doing it all, and really their pitching staff's gotten a lot deeper since the break, highlighted by just a sucio, dirty, disgusting bullpen that they have. We've done this a few times, but if we go by player here, which is sometimes fun to do, you can just see how absurd the Padres have become this year. They have 13 guys in the red here. Morejon, who I believe has been the number 1 relief pitcher by WAR on Fangraphs this year. Estrada, Adam, Miller, so that's the big 4 in the bullpen besides Robert Suarez. And there's King, Cease, Pivetta, Darvish, Matsui, Sears, Peralta, and Kolek. And let's not forget Nasty Nestor. Now, if we put it down to 25, where does Cortez rank? All right, so he's in the blue. Nasty Nestor. Came over from the Brewers. Definitely a little bit of a weird year. A guy pitching in the World Series for the Yankees last year, goes to the Brewers, gets hurt right away, ends up getting traded to a contender at the deadline. In the Padres, as you can see, nothing's going well for him this year. But he's got a lot of know-how. He's an interesting pitcher. He had his best start of the year yesterday versus the Dodgers in the pennant race. So I'm going to make a quick coffee, and then we're going to watch that. And you can watch this for 1 second. All right. I had to go grind that coffee real quick. Without further ado, let's go get into the game yesterday. Big series, man. This has become quite the rivalry. I don't think it ever was like as big of a rivalry as it has become the last several years. But Padres, Doyers, and the Padres pitching has been so good in this series. They have held the Dodgers to really not doing much. They really haven't done much. All right, so let's get into it. He's going to punch out Shohei to start off this game. Nice little rotation on the breaking ball. Mookie. What is this? This is a cutter. So the velo looks kind of down, but he's not a guy who pitches off velo. He does a lot of trickery out there. He's got a little bit of everything going on, different arm angles. This is a 90.4, but with excellent vert on this ball.
On the ground, left side to short, Xander Bogaerts.
Smith throws it over the nasty. To Xander. Where did my Apple Pen go? Here it is. All right. Second inning, Freddie Freeman. Four-seamer. It's a pretty good. It's kind of amazing that doesn't go out. 107.5 at 36. I bet that's an expected home run in most ballparks. Let's see. Yesterday's game. Curious about this. Fly out. It says it's gone in 1 of 30 ballparks. Has a expected batting average of 760. So this was a bit of getting fortunate here by Nestor. So he gets Freddie to fly out. Now here's Teoscar.
He's actually has 21 homers, 76 runs batted in. On the ground to third.
Yeah, the marine layer. We covered that a little bit the other day. Like it seems like it's kind of not as effective as it used to be. Let's see where this cutter is. I actually wasn't watching. This is a backdoor. Yeah, backdoor gets the rollover from Teoscar. And then Alex Call, he's going to get for his second punchy of the day. This one on a sweeper.
Alex Call broke into the big leagues with Cleveland, and he strikes out here.
Up and away, sweeper. This is a weird pitch. Oh, it's a sidearm, top shelf backdoor. So that's a little bit of what Nestor does. I'm not sure where Nestor's going to fit in the playoff picture, but he's going to be one of the guys that they're going to throw out there every fifth day. And based on the way he pitched last night, he's already been worth the trade. They didn't really give up anything for him. Remember, he was hurt most of this year. But he's out here pitching in big games versus the Dodgers and shutting them down. And this is going to go a long way to the Padres getting what they really want, which is to host this series at home. Because they feel like they have the best home field advantage in the sport. And, you know, it's definitely up there. The fans have really changed this whole city. So there's a fly out. Now you can see Nestor gets about 19 inches of vert. So even though his fastball is only coming in at 90, that 19 inches of vert, or 18.9 to be exact on this pitch, gives that ball a real lifty presentation to the hitter. And also Nestor's short, so he's kind of throwing from a shorter stature. So that ball really plays different. And it's funny, when I played with Nestor with the Yankees and he was kind of like the swing man for the team in 19, he didn't really utilize his fastball at all up in the zone. He was like a changeup guy, sinker guy, but then the Yankees kind of figured out that he had some characteristics they could lean into. So he's going to close out a perfect first 3 innings with a 20-incher here. And you can see, like, guys just can't get on top of this pitch. Just getting pop-ups. So he goes through the order the first time. Perfect. Nice for him. Fourth inning, second time through, Shohei.
Not had great numbers against Cortez.
Gets him off the end. So he doesn't get it up in the air. And he gets Shohei out for the second time. Now, don't forget, Nestor's fateful moment in his career came last year in the World Series, facing Freddie Freeman out of the bullpen when he hadn't pitched for months and giving up a game-winning grand slam in Game 1 of the World Series. So, in a way, like, this is probably a game that meant a lot to him in his mind, wanting to go out there and put his best foot forward. And it's impressive that he was able to do it. Backdoor cutter to Mook. It's that roller. That's the same type of result that he got on a backdoor cutter attempt at Teoscar. And it almost acts like a changeup. that glancing type swing causes the rollover.
Down the third.
So it gets the chop out there, and then he's going to face Will Smith. It's the first out he gets with a changeup on the day.
As the plate is one hopper, picked by
BAPIP God's being kind here, because there's been a couple hard hit balls here early, but you know what? He's been ahead of everybody. A lot of quick at-bats. No walks. All right, Freddie Freeman to lead off the fifth.
He could get right back in rhythm.
Sweeper.
To right field, and
I thought that was going to drop in, but got around that, hit it hard enough. All the way out to Tatis, so one out there, and then he's going to get another punchy here of Teoscar with a cutter. It's that up back door. He's very good at throwing this pitch. The up back door looks like a ball, and then you're just trying to sneak it into this area of the zone. That's what Nestor does here. And gets Teoscar to swing and miss, so really nice pitching there. He's rolling in this game. Alex Call.
Here.
Ooh, front door sinker attempt? No, it's only a sinker because he went for the drop down. So this is a big element of Nestor's game. And I'm okay with him doing it because this has always been part of his game, and it's not as gimmicky as some people. He really practices a lot of this. That's what it looks like from the first base. He's got very short little arms, and I feel like this is one of the reasons why he has such good command. It's a lot less arm to worry about where it is in space. So he can do a lot of... He's actually very athletic, given his build. All right, 6th inning, still perfect. Pages. This type of start is giving them so much more than they expected. You're hoping to get good 4 or 5 innings out of Nestor in this game. Maybe a run or two. Hopefully the offense does their thing, and then you can turn it over to the nasty bullpen. Instead, he gives them 6 shutout innings, and this is the first hit. It's by Miguel Rojas. This ends the perfect game. So if it stays inside, it goes the other way. This is how you have to hit that backdoor cutter. The other 2 guys try to pull it. This is a very similar pitch. Granted, it does leak a little bit more to the middle. So that has something to do with it too, but he's got Teoscar to roll over this pitch, Will Smith to roll over his pitch, Mookie to roll over this pitch, so he's going to keep going to it. And Rojas does a nice job staying inside it, driving it to right, and getting the first knock of the game. Now Buddy Kennedy popped him up the fastball the first time. Another cutter gets him again. And I think partly what's happening with this cutter and why it's such a good pitch is actually the amount of vertical break on the cutter. That's an above average amount of vertical break. Guys see spin, they think the ball's going to drop a little bit. They adjust their bat path accordingly, but they're wrong because this ball stays up. 12.2 vert, clip it under, pop it up, easy play. So he's got a little bit of nuance to his shapes that help him pitch with suboptimal velo. So he's going to get a 3rd at bat for Shohei. Gets in on him just enough for him to have to pop this ball up. 108.8 is crushed, but 44 degrees is way too high. So Shohei goes 0 for 3. Nestor goes 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and just a beautiful, beautiful outing for the Padres. That really set the tone. And then, what can I say? They just roll out the big guns. Jason Adam. Gyro slider. This guy's been one of the best relievers, full stop, in the big leagues for the last 5 years. It's an elite 4-pitch mix with an elite 4-seam, elite changeup, elite sweeper. He's even got this little gyro slider, which we just saw. Throws from a very shortened arm slot. But he's been unbelievable. Little front door strikeout to Will Smith there. And then Frederick Friedman is going to go with the changeup. It's him on a little weak one. He'll take that himself. I don't think I ever did that in my career. I don't think I ever took a ball myself. One of the funniest, nicest guys you'll ever meet, Jason Adam. Then they go to this guy, Estrada. Here comes one of the splitters from hell. 84 from a really high angle. See ya. Nasty. He does get clipped for a homer here on a really impressive swing by Adam Freeland. Up and in 97. I mean, that's a great pitch to anybody, but I think he just, watching this game live, threw a few too many. But so whatever, that's the one clip he gets. Then Pages. 100 mile an hour, 20 inch. So not only is it 100, but it's also 20 ball. So this is a special, special fastball. When you can combine these two characteristics, elite velocity with elite movement up in the zone, that's going to be, simply put, one of the best fastballs in the game. Guys can't get on top of it. Ball has this too scoopy. And then they go to kind of their secret weapon, the guy that nobody talks about. But he leads Major League Baseball in Fangraphs WAR for relievers. This is how, this is a guy I've been a fan of for a long time because he throws some weird stuff. But there he is, Adrian Morejon, #1 in the sport, 2.1 WAR to this point. 1.81 ERA, 1.96 expected ERA, 1.92 FIP. Basically great across the board. Driven by average amount of strikeouts, but incredible walk rate, and he's just not getting hit. So he's doing it all, and he's been in 62 games. And he's left-handed, and he's disgusting, and he throws a knuckleball changeup thing. Literally grips it like a knuckleball, throws it, and he calls it a changeup. So we'll watch Morejon dominate to end this game. 4 up, 4 down. He gets the last out of the 8th on this disgusting slider to Conforto. I'm not even sure why Conforto's in the game at this point. This is disgusting. 87.3, which is very above average for a slider. It's got good drop on it. Huge extension. He's combining a lot of fun stuff. So he's jacked up. He goes back out for the 9th. Now he's going to punch Bunny Kennedy on the knuckleball changeup. See ya. This is such a weird pitch. You can see it's low spin. So you would almost assume this was a splitter with that type of spin. But it's not. I've seen the grip. He literally holds it like a knuckleball and just throws it as hard as he can. So it's a very unique pitch. It doesn't move the same way every time. But it just destroys Buddy Kennedy here. Down in the zone. Goodbye. And this is their secret weapon. Like, everybody wants to talk about Suarez and Miller and Adam and these other guys. But they have this dude. Morejon. Leading the world. And Fangraphs WAR is tricky. Like, they're not just going to get lucky to lead that. That's an indication that you are pitching very, very, very well. It's not a kick change. It's a knuckleball. It's super weird. Maybe I can find a picture of it online. We can show you. So he finishes the game getting Mookie here on a little backdoor slider. 4 up, 4 down. Padres take the lead in the division. All right, let's do a little Googling. We're allowed to do that. Adrian Morejon knuckle change. MLB's weirdest pitches. I don't know if I want to watch some other creators' videos. I wish I could find an image of this grip. Because I remember watching it on our internal stuff when I was with the Mets, and I said, is he throwing a knuckleball? Because I don't know anybody else who does this. They call it a knuckle drop, basically. And you can almost see it a little bit in this picture. You can see the grip there. This is on his MLB The Show card. It's not the kick change. Kick change is like a normal changeup grip where you just spike the middle finger. Oh no, I think one of my kids is hurt. Hold on. I gotta take a break. I'll be right back. What happened? Who got hurt? Oakley? My kid literally fell off the couch, landed on her head. She's okay, though. All right, so that's the Morejon knuckle change. So we've seen that. Now, I did want to point out, if we go to plus stats, we do do this for teams? Yeah, team stats by pitch modeling. Stuff Plus. Who's got the best Stuff Plus? San Diego, number one. Number one as a team in Stuff Plus. So not only are they doing it by pitching really well, they also have really, really, really cool stuff to do it with. 108 Stuff Plus leading the pack. Seattle's number 2, Mets number 3, Toronto number 4, Milwaukee, Philly. You see a trend, all good teams, all teams that are in the playoff hunt right now are in there. St. Louis number 7, interestingly, and the Rays. Then come the Dodgers. They're usually way up in this stat. Who's the worst? White Sox 96. Okay, I was curious. Anyway, so that's the Padre pitching. Do we think that the Padres pitching is going to lead them to where they need to go? I think it's got a good chance to do that. And we'll see if they dominate again today. Who do they have pitching tonight? First, the Dodgers. Let's see. We're going to look at this later, I'm sure, but... Pavetta. He's been on an absolute burner. Nicky P. So every night they're throwing out a good pitcher, similar to the Padres. Look at that, 100th percentile in pitching run value. 2.81, 25 starts. This is the breakout year everybody's been waiting for Nicky P. It's a huge fastball above the scale. It's a banger curveball below the scale. It's a lot of stick figure movements on the mound. A lot of pitches with a lot of emotion. I really enjoyed him as a teammate with the Red Sox, and I'm happy to see him doing his thing. Hopefully he can keep going. So anyway, that's the matchup for tonight. And, you know, I'm a big believer in this Dodgers-Padres battle. I think the pitching is going to win out. I'm continuing to lean towards the Padres. I've been leaning that way for a while. It's hard to discount the Dodgers, but the Padres are putting together a great team every day. So here's Kyle Tucker. It was revealed last week that he had a hairline fracture in his wrist that he played with for a long time. And it really kind of backfired because he tried to play through it. The team didn't announce it, and he went immediately in the tank in a really weird way. So maybe we can look up his stats by month here. God, the MLB site sometimes just... We need Kyle Tucker. Then we need to go to his stats. Then we need to go to splits. All right. Splits by month. All right, so March, 1100 OPS. April, 866. May, 882. June, 982. So killing it, murdering it. And then 675 July and 585 in August. And that includes the hot streak lately, so it was a lot worse. But his last 2 games, he's got 3 homers. So let's watch the homer from 2 nights ago. And then let's watch all of his at-bats from yesterday and just see if he looks healthy and it looks like Kyle Tucker. That's all I'm looking for here. So it's Angels and Cubbies. We'll watch the first one because Kyle Tucker does clip. You know, unfortunately, it's my friend, my good buddy Tyler Anderson. We'll watch the whole at-bat. TA's a fastball changeup guy with a cutter. Really weird left-on-left type of matchup. He's got a weird fastball. He's like kind of has that Nestor fastball real quick before we make any more moves. Look at that, 21 inches on the fastball, despite it only being 88 miles an hour. But this ball really rides really nicely. So first pitch take, comes the cutter, down, cutter again.
And he's hit a lot of baseballs on the ground, which is
strike. Pretty good pitch there. And here comes the patented changeup. Super slow. Good take there. Gonna go cutter again. Really good take, and that tells me he's starting to see the ball a little better, and then he's finally gonna clip him on this fastball. Good to see, man. Kyle Tucker, one of the best dudes in the game, also one of the best players that I've ever played with. We played together in USA. He murdered me in my career. He basically ended the 2021 playoffs for the Red Sox by hitting a home run off me. I don't know what I was thinking, throwing a fastball away with the Crawford boxes over there when it was with Houston. But I'm an idiot sometimes. This is the swing. Okay, so this is something that's unique about Tuck that I love. He gets his hands into this position. It's like a lot of guys stretch, but they don't droop the barrel. See how the barrel angle kind of gets to this position. This is a Kyle Tucker special, and it's why. It's just something about these hands. Just kind of laying him here and then slicing through it as opposed to being wristy and then getting to it. He already presets the wrist into position to then stay on plane and keep his palm up to force the ball in the air. And then also he's very good at being adjustable with the back leg, getting low when he needs to. All right, so that was that night. Let's watch the next game, which was last night. Angels. So he had a great game this game. Let's just watch all his at-bats. 3 for 5. First at-bat, he's going to fly out versus Medeiros.
Kyle Tucker.
Taking all the way.
I'll send you some snow pics again.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
No balls at a strike on Tucker, who launched one last. Hit one. Well, he's hit plenty since then. That one.
Well, I don't. This guy's not even looking at home plate when he throws. Anybody else seeing that? He picks up the target awfully late. Holy cow! Where's his eyes? Picks it up about there. For me, that's a bit too late. Anybody else notice that? It's like he's not looking. It's breathing out of his eyelids.
It's still great defense. I take my chances with having
There's
him
a
on
slider, 3-1 slider. So despite what everybody has been talking, people still respect Kyle Tucker. And then a sinker, actually really good pitch, beats him a little bit, pops him up. All right, second at bat. So he's seen a bunch of sinkers and sliders. See how he reacts. Sinker ball 1. Sweeper way out front, definitely on fastball timing. They did not read that, and they feed him another sinker. And he clobbers this ball. I mean, that's just bad reading of the situation by the catcher and pitcher. This is the pitch he swings and misses at. He's way in front of this. It's not that he can't hit your sweeper, bro. It's just that he was on the fastball. And so he's way out in front of it. You got to read these takes. You can't go right back to the sinker down the middle. This is crazy. You're asking for this ball to get parked. And he does. He parks it. 103 at 31. Let's watch Tuck. Let's see how the hands get in the slot again. Nasty. So same move. He gets him right here. He already presets the barrel angle so he can just whip the hands through. This is something that I might teach my son. This is a really good move. It might hurt you up top, but not if you turn the shoulders effectively. But it makes you incredible at hitting pitches down in the zone. Just that move. I mean, yeah, he moves his hands back, but he flattens them out a little bit, and then he's just going to swoop them. That was sick. So that's the first homer of the night. Now he's going to face Zephyr John, so a little bit of a different matchup here.
Maybe just a skosh.
Ball 1.
Runs allowed by Victor Medeiros on
Sweeper
4
again.
hits. Looked pretty good the first time.
Now here comes a cutter off that. Not sure what the plan is here. Every time I watch the Angels pitch, I'm not sure that they have a plan. I'm really not. I don't get what you're trying to do with this cutter. Cutter's not a pitch where you set up down the middle. Unless it's 0-0. And look where the target is. Friggin' dick middle. What are we doing? Get back door? Or get up in? It's not that complicated. I'm sorry being so critical. This doesn't make any sense to me. And look where this ball ends up. He's lucky it wasn't hit for another homer. But good job by Tuck. Doesn't miss the mistake. Smacks it into right. Now he's got 2 extra base hits. So a homer and a double. And then he's going to face Carson Fulmer. Slider down in. And now, ooh, he's going to get him on a changeup. Is this a great swing? Let's see it. Oh, gets it up in the air, back spins it. So 3 extra base hit night, 4 in the last 2 games. Safe to say that maybe the mental reset worked. Maybe Council pushed the right button. But they're making mistakes middle down to Kyle Tucker, which you can't do when he's got the bat lag like that. I mean, again, this is what I want to point out with Kyle Tucker. This is one of the things about his swing that is quote-unquote weird, but I think really helps him. And then also look at the way he follows through really high. And with that knee angle, he gets under the ball. He uses his legs to get himself where he needs to get. I love Kyle Tucker. I think he's going to get $400 million next year. And he grounds out the last at bat, so we're not going to watch it. But really good hitting. I'm not giving up on this guy. You can't give up on this guy. He's too freaking good, man. I mean, even with the bad stretch, he's been unbelievable. All right, we have some questions in the chat. The power of the marine layer. He argued to stay in for Otani that time. Yeah. Okay, we talked about the kick change. What's up, Samurai Beeves? Does not being at Fenway make a big difference for him? Who are we talking about? Mookie? Oh, Pavetta. I think a little bit, yeah. If you look at park factors, Fenway's up there, and he's a big-time fly ball pitcher. So that's a good thing to look at really quick. Yeah, I mean, it has Fenway as the number 2 park factor this season, and it has the Padres down at 22nd. Especially, let's see where we're at for homers. No. This year, Fenway has been worse for homers than Petco. And that's usually what he has trouble with. So I'm not going to give all the credit to that. I do think, I mean, dude, let me tell you this. When you play, sorry, I'm not showing it, but this is for homers. Padres are in 15th, and the Red Sox are in 22nd for homers, Fenway Park. So actually a better ballpark for homers this year has been San Diego, and usually that's been what's getting Nick Pivetta is the home runs. But when you play in San Diego, your stuff's just so nasty, and your body feels great all the time. And I also think it's just a different environment to play in, and he seems to be thriving. This is the overall park factor from this year. Fenway is number 2 in offense for park factor, and so it kind of flips. Petco's down here in 22nd, but it's more hits versus homers. So I wanted to take a quick look at that. What else do we have on the list? There was some other stuff to take a quick peek at. Oh, the Mets. Did you know, as we switch over to the Mets game last night, Mets Braves, did you know that in the last 15 days, the Mets have the highest OPS as a team in the big leagues with a 915 OPS, I believe. I have it here. 911 OPS in the last 15 games, and yet they have a 6-9 record. So that's not great. They're hitting 290 as a team with a 357 on base as a team. So they're starting to get hot offensively. The pitching is going to have to pick it up. But the Mets offense starting to look whole. They're getting contributions from guys that were doing nothing for a while. So let's just go through this game and we'll watch all the homers because they hit 6 homers in this game. 2 by Mr. McNeil. It's a first pitch homer off of Cal Quantrill Cutter.
Deep to right, down the line. Hooking.
Up, middle, not usually a bad location for Cutter, but on a first pitch, pretty good for Jeff. Jeff's in a good groove here.
The 3rd inning.
Got to be careful with Jeff when he starts hitting homers because he thinks he's a home run hitter. But they'll take it today. So nice swing there. 105.7, 34. First homer for Jeff. And then we have homers off of Dylan Lee. This guy's a stud. 3 homers in this inning. That's crazy. And then Pete Alonso. He's going to hit a homer on a first pitch fastball. Mets came out aggressive in this game. Damn, that's a homer. 98-8 at 44. That's a brutal homer to give up. That ball should not be a homer. We got to check that. We got to check that. 823. Mets. Exit velocity. Chart options. Exit velocity. Chart options. Exit velocity. Chart options. Reset options. Okay. And then we need Pete. So the home run. Yeah, the home run has an 050. 050 expected batting average. It is out in 27 of 30, though, where it went distance-wise. The ball flies in Atlanta. Sneaky flies in Atlanta. People don't realize that. All right, I'll get to the chat here. Let me just finish out these homers. And then Vientos, who's done diddly squat this year too, has a 2-homer game last night, and that's good to see. They're going to need his offense. He was a huge part of us last year. Wham. Ball's crushed. He hits the ball as hard as anyone. 107.4 into the second deck. That felt good. So Swaggy V needed that. That's a 3rd Met homer of the day. And then my buddy Starling Marte gets the Marte Parte. Change up down.
That's when it kind of.
Yeah, Dylan Lee's going to the 3rd pitch here. He's like, I don't feel good anymore.
That was the big thing.
So change up down, fastball up. Marte's so short to the ball. He can still get to that.
But when I was walking out there, I was kind of like, all right.
Ball down.
I got it.
I got it.
And then honestly, like every inning after that, it felt like it just got a little
Change
bit
it
better.
down.
You know, it was like
It's gonna
every
be four seam. This is going to be a mistake down, I'm guessing.
Crystal clear what I was trying to do.
Yeah. I know ball, folks.
This is another one.
Up was still pretty protected, but
Homer inning here.
four seam down into Starling when he's in swing mode, and he's quick. He's quick.
It was crystal clear what I was trying to do.
Not a good idea. Watch this swing. It's such a simple swing. Now, Marte does go to the super wide base. I mean, look how wide the feet are spread here. Very wide. And then all he does is he likes to rock on the toe, cock the bat, and just pivot. This is why he's so good on fastballs. It's such a simple swing, and he loves the ball middle down. Wham. All right, so that's the fourth homer of the game. Then they're going to add on more against Cox. Vientos with his second. We'll skip right to the home run pitch.
This ball is hit high and deep.
Actually gets jammed a little bit. Still hits at 103.7. That's a good sign.
A two-homer night.
And then McNeil, who's now, after this game, a certified power hitter again. Pulls the hands in nicely. 99.6. Everything's flying up yesterday in Atlanta. Again, great place to hit, especially late in the summer when it gets hot. Third highest field by elevation. I don't think a lot of people realize that. But that's the Metros. They had a big game last night. They needed that. All right, let's go to the chat. So what is the Padres' excuse? Excuse for what? They're in first place. Dylan, did you see the Blue Jays push Bieber's next start back from Wednesday versus the Twins to Friday against the Brewers? I didn't see that. I don't know if that's health related or whether it's better, like a better team that they want to match up against, or they just want to give him an extra few days to be safe. But he looked so freaking good. If you didn't watch the video, please check it out. There's a video on my channel about Shane Bieber's return start to the big leagues, and his command was mind-blowing. Braves picked up Quantrill. Yep, that's why he was pitching in that game. Seamless transition for Oakley falling off the couch right back to the stream. Yeah, well, can't keep everybody waiting, but she seemed okay. Even though, of course, I just hear crying in the background. It's not the best feeling in the world. Oh, lack of homers. Why are the Padres not hitting homers? I guess that's on an individual basis, but it's not. Looks like it's a good park factor for the Padres at home, right? What did we just see? What did we just see? All right, we're back to park factors. Let's go to Petco Park. Because remember, they play half their games on the road, so it's not just about lack of homers at home. But yeah, it's definitely compressing homers this year, although last year it didn't. 123 value last year in 2024, 88 this year. A lot of times I really wonder how much the roster has to do with this. I really wonder. But they have some hitters, right? I mean, I feel like they have an elite team all around. Offensively, Tatis, Machado, Laureano, Ahern, Merrill, all doing great. Sheets is a power guy. Bogart's kind of not as much of a power guy anymore. Let's see, slugging versus expected slugging. So this could be part of it. Tatis has a 494 expected slug, but only a 432 actual slug. Machado has a 527 expected slug and an actual 482. Laureano, that's about equal. It's actually beneficial a little bit. O'Hearn, same, but then also Merrill, 490 expected slug versus 413 regular slug, actual slug. So 3 of their top 4 power hitters are not getting rewarded for their quality of contact. Sheets as well. He's got a 478 expected slug, 439 actual slug. Bogarts, 422 expected slug, 392 actual slug. So all of their main dudes are getting unlucky on their balls in the air, considering their contact quality. So I guess that's their excuse. They're getting a little unlucky, and maybe their ballpark is playing a little bit large for fly balls. So that's a good question. Thank you for that. That's good. That's good feedback, Scott. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't watched a lot of Padres games. Damn it. Why am I turning off the main screen? I am so sorry. This difference thing here where you see these negatives, these are the guys that are the most hurt by bad luck on slugging. So Merrill, Tatis, Machado, Sheets, Bogarts are all 30 points, or they have all been cost at least 30 points on their slugging percentage, all the way up to 77 in terms of what they deserve, quote unquote deserve. So sorry about that. Anyway, that's the Padres. We just looked at the Mets, so they're hitting. It's just about the pitching now. They did get a good start from Clay Holmes last night, and McLean looks like the real deal so far. Yeah, Oak's good. Don't worry, she's fine. Can you check Tatis's launch angle this season? Of course. Of course. Yeah, of course. Yep, 2025 launch angle, 7.7. So he's not getting the ball in the air as much. Previous 3 years, he was over 10 degrees. So he's definitely hitting more ground balls. Barrel percentage is also down, despite the fact that hard hit is still very good. Top 9% of MLB. So yeah, a little bit of a ground ball issue, a little bit of not hitting the ball in the right plane. Oh no, you're not distracting. This is good. This is what the chat's for. I don't really have anything I have to look at, you know. Crochet, ho-hum, dominated. I wanted to take a quick check-in with Aaron Nola because now that Wheeler's got thoracic out syndrome, that's a big problem. So that's my number one team, the Phillies right now. That's the team I believe in the most, but they're without their ace. But here's Aaron Nola. It's been an awful year. 2-7, 6.52. He's been hurt. I do want to show you really quick how good Aaron Nola has been and how consistent he's been for the Phillies. And I think everybody realizes it, but maybe not to the extent. So this is Aaron Nola's last several years leading up to this disaster year. You go back 2017. 27 starts, 3.54. Next year, 33 starts, 2.37. 9.7 WAR is insane in 2018. Then next year, 34 starts to lead the league, 3.87. Then in the shortened season, he made all 12 of his starts. Then the next year, 32 starts. Yeah, he had a 4.63, but again, made every start. Next year, makes every start. In 22, 3.25. Then in 2023, makes every start, has a 4.46. This is similar to 21 and 23. Made every start, but wasn't as good. And then last year, made every start, 33 starts with a 3.57. So he's been an absolute workhorse. I believe he leads Major League in starts during that time frame. And then this year, he finally broke down and got hurt. And the results have not been there. But he's healthy now. And he finally pitched a good game yesterday. It wasn't like the best game in the world, but it ended up being a pretty good game. It was Phillies and Nats. So I just want to take a quick check. And the things that we're going to take a quick look for when it comes to even number year for Nola. So who knows? So this is like a Giants World Series thing. Like they're only good every other year. Yeah, I mean, listen, a 4.46 is not a good ERA, but he had a lot of good games in those years too. He obviously, he has a little bit of a contact problem because he's not overpowering as a pitcher anymore. I mean, coming into this start this year, he was averaging 91.6 on his four seam and 90 on his sinker, so the velo has definitely come down a bit. Let's see how far down from his peak. All right, this year, 91.6. Last year, 92.5, 92.7. Year before that, 2022, 92.8, 21, 92.9, 2020, 92.8, 2019, 93.1, 2018, 92.7. Okay, so he's always averaging the 92, 93 range, but he's definitely lost a little bit, about a mile an hour. But when Nola, it comes down to he's got two distinct fastballs, a nice changeup, and a great curveball with excellent pitchability. So that's really the thing that I want to take a peek at this start. It's Phillies and Nats. This will probably be the last topic, more than likely. But this is important. Like, he needs to be good if the Phillies are gonna they're gonna need him in the playoffs. They don't have Wheeler anymore. He's now officially done for the year with the dreaded TOS. So they're gonna throw out a bunch of nasty lefties: Luzardo, Sanchez, Ranger Suarez. They need a solid righty. And Nola's been paid already, and his numbers don't mean anything to him anymore. It's all about winning, and they've been knocking on the door for a really long time. And I'd love to see them get over the hump. Even though, you know, I didn't play for the Phillies or anything, I just feel like they have a cool team, and it's been building for a while. So let's watch a little bit of this Aaron Nola outing and see what he looks like. See, this is already a good sign. 94 on this four-seamer to James Wood for the down and away four-seam freeze. This is not normal for Aaron Nola. So that's a great sign. Velocity's there. Shape's whatever. It's never been a great shape. All right, C.J. Abrams is going to get him with the patented curveball.
Swing and a miss.
Beautiful pitch. Starts up and goes to the back foot. Gets the swing over. So starts this game with 2 punch. And a Josh Bell fly out on another 93 mile an hour fastball. So the velo for Nola looking pretty good in the early going, showing signs of getting healthy at the right time. And then for him, it just comes down to execution. So almost gets his head taken off here. Nice line drive stroke by Luis Garcia. Diane Lille. Kind of a miss middle. Similar to Bieber, when I watched Bieber and really a lot of veteran pitchers in the game, the execution is what separates these guys as time goes on, and Nola's been one of the best at executing. So that's what I'm really looking for is the stuff there? So that gives me a sign of his health, and is the execution trending in the right direction? So far, pretty good.
Slow bouncer over to third.
Good spot with the down and away curveball there to Dylan Cruz. And then here's a walk, so that's not typical Nola. Especially bottom of the order, but this looks like he fell behind and didn't want to give in. So I think he's okay with that. A 3-1 changeup, that's fine. Then he's going to get out of the second with a called strikeout to Brady House. Nice catch by JT, paints him away. So that's good. That's what we're used to seeing. So through 2 innings, looking good. 3rd inning, Robert Hassel.
2 days ago,
go for the sinker. Probably a front door attempt. Yep. Leaks it over the middle, but he'll get the out. And then James Woods is going to get a hit. So this is a cutter. This is a pitch that he's gone to a little bit, trying to increase his arsenal. But it hasn't been a great pitch. It's not a great pitch stuff-wise. James Wood, good swing. One of my favorite young players. I'm waiting for him to go off so I can watch him a little bit on the stream.
He does not go.
C.J. Abrams actually gets under this ball, so the 4-seam's playing. Not bad. And then there was a caught stealing here that ended this inning. Let's see JT throw. I love watching catchers throw. Long hold, slide step. Oh, you're freaking done, son. Perfect throw. Right on the bag. See ya. All right, we go to the 4th. Josh Bell going to ground out on a changeup. Does he get it down? Let's see. Oh, indeed. Beautiful pitch below the zone. Little 3-1. So execution's looking good. Looking definitely better from anything we've seen so far. There's another changeup. Gets it down again. Changeup's an execution pitch for Nola. He doesn't have incredible drop, but it's got good speed differential, and when he locates it down and away, it's going to work. Then he's going to get a Lille fly out on a curve. So the arsenal's looking good.
The 2-2 pitch.
The velo has dropped a little bit as we've gone on, so maybe that's a work in progress. But this guy's huge. Like, you got to find out what you got here, right? You got to find out what you got.
Care of it, 1 start.
Another knuckle curve here.
Ball's rolled to first. Wilson.
Ooh, this could have been a double play. Weston Wilson. Oh no! Throws it off the helmet. Everybody's going to be safe. So it goes from could be a double play into a 2nd and 3rd, no outs. I guess we missed the single by Dylan Cruz. Whatever. And then Brady House is going to ground out. On a knuckle curve, probably down and away. Perfect spot. They don't have infield in because it's a 5-run game. So he's pitched better in this inning than it looks, despite the fact that he's going to give up some runs, it looks like. Actually gets out of it with 2 punchies. Let's see if he buries this curveball. Sure does. Anytime you're going to throw an 0-2 curveball right on left, just get it down here, brother. This is where it goes. And play a later unhittable spot. Execution's been there. This is very encouraging for Phillies fans. And then he's going to get James Wood to punch out swinging on the curve. Same thing. Gets it below the zone. So good sign. Curveball's his best pitch. We've had some excellent execution. He does get clipped twice, 3rd time through the order. So this is going to be interesting to see how the Phillies progress him. That's not an 0-2 comeback sinker. That's a weird home run. How did he get there? Let's see. Why is C.J. Abrams anticipating this pitch? Curveball for a strike. Changeup. Down. Maybe it's the shape of the changeup and then the sinker. I never like to go front door sinker after a changeup because they basically have the same movement. So you're not going to get the freeze there. I think that's a mistake of a pitch call. But, you know, it's a solo shot. You have the lead. You keep it moving. Another good location to Josh Bell. That changeup down below the zone away from him. Then Garcia's going to clip him on a curveball. Interesting. Probably the first hanger he's had all day, but more of a good swing. You know, dead center on a backdoor curveball. Look at that flow by Bader. 108 to center. Just a good swing. Yeah, I'm looking at Bader's flow here, folks. Look at that. Look at that lettuce. Are we kidding me? Oh, look at that. Look at the bounce on that pair. Oh, Harrison doing it for the ladies. All right. And then he gets his last 2 outs. So he gets through 6. Gives up 3 runs. But again, the velocity, 92.5 here on pitch number 93. It's pretty good considering he's been hurt all year. And he's going to finish this out with a punchy on a right-on-right changeup. It's Dylan Cruz. Sword, nice pitch. So I'm very excited for the Phillies in that you lose Wheeler, but you get Nola back, and he finally gives you a competitive outing. D-Rob had a punch out the side yesterday. He's the man. So bullpen's coming into shape. The 3 lefties have all thrown really well. We know what the offense can do. It's very high-end. Trey Turner's been unreal this month. We already watched that. And now Nola's trying to round into form. So, you know, let's throw out everything that happened earlier in the year with Aaron Nola. He's got big playoff chops. You know what? What are his playoff numbers? Let's see. Postseason pitching. 10 starts with a 4.02. That's pretty good for the playoffs. 1.8 walks per 9. So this is a guy who's made 10 postseason starts for the Phillies in his career. So he has big-time experience, and they're going to need him back to lead that staff into the postseason with Wheeler out. So I just wanted to take a check-in with Nola, and I think the ultimate takeaway is I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged. All right, what do we got in the chat? Alvarado won't be on the playoff roster either. That's true because we don't allow cheaters to play in the postseason. So you're bad. You're gone. JT's really hot lately. That's also huge. He's like kind of like the secret weapon offensively. They don't need him to succeed, but they sure would like to have him. And then Mets talk here. Should the Mets rotation consist of Holmes, Peterson, McLean, Sprout, and Tong for the rest of the season? I think Big Drip is going to come back before Tong gets called up, although Tong's been shoving. He might be the minor league pitcher of the year this year across baseball now that he's in AAA. Jonah Tong leading the minor leagues in punchies. Weird delivery. I mean, we'll see how it plays. But I think you're going to see Holmes, Petey, McLean. I don't think Sprout or Tong are going to go right into the rotation right now. I think they'll continue to ride Minaya, try to get him right. They need him. And then I think Big Drip, McGill's going to get in there. But they're going to have some tough choices to make. I think they were hoping for Senga to be rolling because then they could put Holmes back in the bullpen. But I think they'll go on a need basis here. They'll literally reevaluate this after every series the rest of the way because the Mets are desperate to play well and to get good quality starts because that's what's holding them back now. The offense is starting to click. Offense is clicking for the Metros. All right, let's look at the probables for this Sunday. This game's already happening. McCade Brown and the Rockies versus Paul Skeens. It looks like it's 4-0 in the 5th, so Skeens is already shredding the Rockies. No surprise there. This game's also happening right now. Libertor and Ryan Pepio. Looks like it's 0-0, and the game just began. Arrighetti and Rogers, Astros, Orioles. I feel like these two teams have been playing each other forever now. I'm sick of them playing each other. Although Trevor Rogers, he's been awesome. So here it is, Nationals and Phillies, Jake Irvin and Ranger Suarez. That's one of those lefties we were talking about with the Phillies. Mets, there's that man again, David Peterson. He's been pretty good all year. For the Metros, he's been the most consistent guy, I would say, versus Bryce Elder and the Braves. Today, that game just kicked off as well. Seth Lugo, Jack Flaherty from Detroit. Detroit's got nothing to play for except to get ready for the postseason, and Seth Lugo and the Royals have a lot to play for. They're chasing the Mariners. Blue Jays and Marlins, Gausman and Perez. Good pitching matchup tonight. Blue Jays have a great pitcher every night, so I'm starting to really like their chances in the AL East, even though the Red Sox are coming on now. Taj Bradley making his Twins debut after getting traded over there for Griffin Jacks from the Rays, going against Yogo and the White Sox in the South Side. And then we got Robbie Ray and Chad Patrick from Milwaukee. Gavin Williams and Merrill Kelly in Texas. Guardians, Rangers. Cubs, J-Mo and Kyle Hendricks. So former Cub facing the Cubs probably for the first time. This is cool. Kyle Hendricks gets to face the Cubs. It's a cute little story. Then the Reds, who need to win bad. They're facing another guy who's really struggled this year, Zach Gallen, down in the desert. And then tonight's big game in LA, you got great pitching matchup. Yamamoto and Pivetta. We talked about how good Pivetta's been. Yamamoto's been awesome as well. This is a great matchup. I love this matchup. Jacob Lopez, who's riding a crazy, I believe, scoreless streak into Seattle tonight versus Logan Gilbert. Mariners trying to get some dubs. And then Sunday Night Baseball, Yankees looking to avoid the 4-game sweep and the embarrassment at home. Dustin May versus Carlos Rodon. And Rodon's been the best pitcher for the Yankees this year. It's been great to watch him have a big year, considering everything he's gone through in pinstripes. But they need a big-time performance, so maybe Rodon will step up tonight. So that's it for today. I'm going to go grill a steak with my nephew now, as my wife showed me in the chat that he's ready to go. So we're going to go grill, have a little of my famous Village Greek salad, and enjoy this Sunday. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining the stream with me today. Adios.